there, welcome to my channel. I'm Devin with Freckled Mom. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see when I upload a new video. Today I have some trash to treasure transformations. Let's get started. This first piece is a little plain box, nothing special, but look how cute that is. I think I got this for $1. I'm not sure. This was from an estate sale in New Bedford. There's a lot of old houses in New Bedford and a lot of families that have been there for a while, so this was definitely a great estate sale to stop by. And here I am just painting it. These are boxes. You can get these at Michael's and the dollar store, but I just thought this was so cute. It looks like somebody made it. I'm not sure where it came from. I didn't really ask for the story for it. And I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do with it, but I knew I wanted it white. So I painted it white, and I just used the plain regular ready-to-use paint from Walmart. You get it right off the shelf. You don't have to get it pre-mixed or add any kind of colors to it. This one is antique white. It's not as bright as a plain white, so I really like that color. I think it looks good for the farmhouse look. As you can see, these little pieces, these slats, were a little difficult to paint because they were so close to each other. So I just got a smaller paintbrush and did the inside. I wanted to avoid drips, so I figured doing the inside first and then working on the bigger pieces would, eliminate those drips that you get. You can see some other projects in the background, so don't worry, you're going to see those later on in the video. Everything came out so cute. I just loved every little piece of it. And I loved that these were all trash pieces that somebody just wanted to trash, They just wanted to throw it away, get rid of it, or make, a few bucks on it. And I picked all these up for really great prices. Like I said, this one was only $1. And I just think it came out so cute. So you're going to see what I ended up doing with it. But here I'm still painting, and I ended up doing 2 coats. I didn't do it too thick because I wanted it. I wasn't sure if I was going to distress it, and I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted it. So I just put it on, no rhyme or reason. Just started out with a white until I could decide how I wanted to proceed. If I wanted to do stenciling or if I wanted to paint it a different color, I wasn't really sure. So starting out with this base was perfect, though. It was a great color, and it had great coverage. This wood definitely, soaked it up. while I was painting it, I kept envisioning like some kind of vase in it, or, you know, some kind of seeds, something to do with gardens or flowers. So I decided to go onto my Cameo, and I looked at a bunch of different packages they had for different words. I think I bought a couple and I wasn't sure which one I wanted, so I just kind of copied and pasted and did a couple, you know, subtraction, and made my own little sides to it, because there were the two different sides that were thicker than those other ones, so I knew that's the side I wanted to use for the wording. And I thought flower market was just perfect, you know, and you know, if somebody doesn't want to use it for garden, it's just for decor anyways, you know, it's super cute, but you'll see what I did with it after. So here I am just weeding them out, and obviously the paper doesn't matter because I'm going to use it as a stencil. So I just weeded out the letters, and then I put the transfer paper over it, and then adhere it to the box, and you'll see that in a minute. So after I transferred the stencil onto the box, I was ready to paint it, and I just took a regular apple barrel black. No, nothing special. I just wanted it to be a simple box. That way people could dress it up any way they wanted to. And I did 2 coats. I did one side, let that dry, did the other side. I used my heat gun a few times just because I was a little impatient. And then I peeled everything off, and you can see it just came out so perfect. There was no bleed through, And I loved how this side came out. The side came out so adorable. And I was hoping that the other side would come out just as cute because I had a little bit more words and a little bit more detail. I was a little nervous, but you'll see how that came out too. Here's the other side, and I actually have a little helper. Not a little helper, it's my husband. That's my husband's hands helping out. I just think it's so cool to peel the vinyl off. I don't know what it is. It's satisfying for me. He didn't feel the same way. He thought it was just another thing to do. He didn't think it was that cool. But anyways, he's not the crafter here. I am. How adorable is this? I thought this was so cute. I was a little nervous because it was so detailed. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off because I'm, still kind of new at the stenciling, and it just looks adorable. I love it so much. This one I'm so excited about. I have definitely so many crafters that I love on YouTube. I don't think I could even name them all right now. There are just so many of them that I love and they inspire me. And bread boxes is one of them. So I told myself whenever I go to a thrift store or a Goodwill or an estate sale, I have to look for a bread box. And I found one and I was so happy. And it wasn't even like a solid wood one, but it painted just fine. And it's super sturdy, so it doesn't matter to me. I think I can just transform anything with some paint, And this is just the front of the bread box that was just held in with like these little pins. So I popped the pins out and I took this off. I figured I'd get a better paint with this if I had it flat and I could get all the little edges of it. And again, I'm using that same paint that I used last time. It's just a plain paint from Walmart, antique white. I really like this color. I like to use, the same color on most of my pieces just because, one, it's budget friendly, but everything matches, I like that cohesive look. So this was a little difficult painting in the inside, only because the brush I was using had a longer handle than what the spacing was on the walls. So definitely I need to get a smaller handle brush, but I still did it. And after I let it dry, I just, did one side, then the other, and it worked out fine. But this is definitely, this was a tough color to paint over. It had a lot of bleed through. So I think I did about 4 coats on this. I think if it was solid wood, it probably would have been a lot easier. But it doesn't matter. The results came out, amazing anyways. And if you saw on the side, there's a little bit of detail. Oh, it's just so adorable. I loved it. So you'll see later on how I had to use some, different brushes to get inside all the little detail spots. So I don't think I got videos of all the layers that I did. This looks like I'm on my second layer here, but like I said, I think I did about 4 layers. This brown was really seeping through. And I wasn't sure if I was going to distress it, so I really didn't want to go with spray paint. I just wanted to use, all the brush paint. But you'll see how this came out. This is the door that goes to the bread box, and it doesn't have a clasp on it. It just releases. It's just held in with little pins, so there's no magnets or anything I had to worry about. Except for the other side, you can see where the little rivets were, little things that I had to paint in, but you'll see that again. So here I just did the same thing I did on my other one. I went to my Cameo and I picked a couple different things. I didn't want, cookie cutter kind of bread box. I didn't want the same thing that everybody else has. So I picked a little bit of this and that. And I also use an app on my phone called Pick Collage. And so I like to do my own wording and my own fonts. And then in the Cameo, I can stencil it out. And that way I make my own designs and I don't feel like, somebody else has seen it somewhere else. And I'm sure, they have some variation of it. So this is just me measuring it just to make sure. You guys know I love to measure things. I measure 3 times before anything. And I just wanted it to, be perfect because I had so many different sizes. I had 3 different stencils I was going to put on there. This is the biggest one. So I really wanted to get this one right in the center and make sure it was even, and then I had room for the other 2 pieces I wanted to do. So here I have all 3 pieces that I worked on, and I stenciled them all together, and I'm just peeling them up now. And these were ones that I had made on my Pick Collage, and I used the fonts Dawnton and Madriga. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'll put them in the description so you guys can see. And I just love how all three pieces fit so well together, and they're all different fonts, and I just thought it was so adorable. I couldn't decide if I wanted to go with a French theme or, a Southern theme, but I think this just came out so perfect. It's adorable, and I love it. I did end up distressing it just a little bit, only because it was a little bit of bleed through and I had to scrape away at some of them. So I thought if I distressed it, it wouldn't be so noticeable, and it really isn't. You can't tell that there was any bleed through. And it just, like I said, those little pins just stuck in. I had to make sure, because I painted it, make sure the dried paint was out. So I had to do a little digging in there. Once I got the dried paint out, though, it just slid right in there, and it's just so adorable. And like I said, there was no clasp or anything. It just, when you pull it, it just comes down. But it's a super spacious little box. You could put cookies in it or bread, whatever you wanted in it. I staged it up with a little bit of English muffins and some cookies, but you could really put anything in it. And look at what it looked like before. It's just someone's trash, and it's adorable. I mean, that matches anyone's kitchen. It is so cute. This is my last project. This is a Lazy Susan. It was a little darker when I got it, and of course I can't find the original picture, but I sanded it down, and I'm just going to paint it with the same paint. I taped it all off because the bottom was the original brown, and I wanted to clean that up a little bit, so I just did a little black on the bottom and left some of it with the original brown. You can see the original brown on the sides over there, but I'm going to paint everything. And I love Lazy Susans. I actually made my brother this adorable Lazy Susan present, which I haven't posted it yet because I don't want him to see what it is. I think I'm going to post it soon, so be ready for that. I don't know when I'm going to post it, but you guys are going to see. And I just love Lazy Susans. They are just so cute, and you could use it for, actual things like salt and pepper or your butter, when you have people over. Or you could just use it for decor and just stick a nice vase on it. But this one was just so cute. And again, I was trying to go with like a farm theme or like farmhouse. I wasn't really sure, so I still wanted that white. All the pieces in this project I really liked with the white and the black font. I think it just, was really classic, and it was, everything matches, and I really like that. So this one wasn't too bad because it was, bare wood. I think I only did 2 coats, and I was planning on distressing it, so I didn't go too heavy-handed on it. I ended up doing the sides just so it was all, the same color, but everything, covered really nice. And, I always prep all my pieces. I sand them down, and then I wash them with Crud Cutter just to make sure all the oils and, fingerprints and stuff is off of it, just so you get the best paint possible. And then I did the same thing I did on the other projects. I just printed out, actually on this one I did the pic collage again. I wanted to do farm to table. In our house we try to keep the processed foods out. I mean, it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you get a cookie craving and you're not going to make cookies from scratch at, 9 o'clock at night. I mean, maybe somebody will, but not us. But we do enjoy, fresh food. So I thought this was going to be really cute and, stay with the farmhouse decor, and this just came out so adorable, and I love that little 2. It's just so cute, the little T, and I just love it. And I think it was, just a perfect size, and you could really do so much with this. And here you can see that it matches with any kitchen decor because it's black and white, so it matches with everything. And it's just so cute. I love how everything came out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I loved all these transformations, and I have more coming up, so make sure you hit that bell and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're inspired to take an unwanted, unloved piece and bring new life to it. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Freckled Mom. Also, you can read my blog about motherhood, sobriety, fun projects, and delicious recipes at freckledmom.com. See you soon!